of 9, completely having me in identity crisis, though I knew that Christ exists. You see, we currently live in a generation where we are projected to rise to their expectations, completely ignoring the morals that our ancestors has left behind for us to follow. And society had more of a say in who I become rather than who I wanted to be, as if my true self wasn't good enough for them, no matter how much I plead. And though I tried to live up to their expectations, I succeeded at failing more than I failed to not succeed. This making me believe that I was unable to achieve. And what I realized is that we actually try to live up to this facade, in which really means that we're hidden behind our own flaws, in which we stray away from scripture because we're scared of walking in the truth. And I was at loss for words because all I've ever known was defeat, in which the enemy found me vulnerable and had snatched me by my feet. You see, the enemy's words gave me this tingling sensation in which he tricked me to fall into sin, thus making me believe that I was incapable of rising back within. In which my service to God lacked this kind of attitude. It had no sense of gratitude. He was no longer appeased. Yes, I thought I was too worthy to fall to my knees. And from the beginning of time, I was bound to sin. Since my homeboy Adam came after Eve came right in. But grace was made available since the beginning of time. My Father knew that we couldn't live up to his prime. And it was in this state where my Most High God reached out to me through faith. And he reminded me of that love story that was so great, where he sent his son Jesus to walk the ultimate line, so that I could hear his voice tell me, "You are mine." We no longer need to live up to society's sake, because Jesus' life was put at stake, so that sin no longer can have us change, as we are free and redeemed from our past mistakes. It was forgive, then it was take. Jesus was crucified for humanity's own fate. And yes, it's hard to believe that Jesus was a man that died in full humility. He was appointed to the cross, though he was flawless in all honesty. And no, it was not by our works, but Jesus did the work. He was appointed. He willingly took our place, and we then find ourselves in this array of a beautiful exchange. And on the third day, as my God rose in victory, he reminded me of all my pain and misery, that he knelt to the cross with true sincerity. He was the realest of the real in servanthood. Yes, Jesus is living proof of what it means to serve rather than to be served. Thus, it was because of Jesus of Christ that we carry the Father's approval. Now let us step out into the world with our traits and inspire the world to live out his grace with a stamp of approval of our service. Because of our faith, the Great Commission will carry on. Praise his name forever.